Hi friends, welcome back to Code with Vanga channel. Today we are going to learn about what are loops in C Sharp. Loops in C Sharp are used to execute a block of code repeatedly as long as a condition is true. Instead of writing the same code multiple times, loops help you to automate the repetition. Think of loops like repeat this task until the condition becomes false. There are different types of loops in C Sharp. For loop, while loop, do while loop, for each loop. In this tutorial, we are going to learn about for loop. In the coming videos, we are going to learn about while loop, do while loop, for each loop. So let's dive into the code. First, I'll create a console project. I'm giving the name as for loop. I'm selecting console.app. So I'm giving the name as for loop. For loop example. Okay. Now I have created a project. That is fine. Now let's see one by one. The basic for loop. First, I'll show you that basic for loop. For initialization, 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 condition, condition, and increment or decrement. Increment or decrement. And in the next line, the code will get executed. So this is the blueprint for loop. For initialization, that is the starting value, and the second line is condition. It will check the condition. It gets true or false. And the third one is increment or decrement. This is the basic structure of for loop. Now we'll see one example. See, for loop we have to use for keyword. I am initializing with int with i equal to 1. This is called initialization. Now I'll write a condition over there. I less than or equal to 5. That means I value less than, for example, I value here it is initialized with 1. 1 less than or equal to 5, it is true. 2 less than or equal to 5, it is true. 3 less than or equal to 5, it is true. 4 less than or equal to 5, true. 5 less than or equal to 5, true. 6 less than or equal to 5, then it becomes a false. Then line will get out of the loop. And another one is increment or decrement. This is the decrement or increment. Okay. So first I'll print that console dot. So I'll use console dot. I will write with a meaningful second. Yeah. Count. Now, if we want to see the output, so we already that we have to use console dot read line or read key, anyone. I'll use read line. Okay. And okay. Now I'll put a breakpoint over here. So this is a very important concept in a very important concept in C Sharp. So I run the program to display the value. See, look at here. It is initialized with 1 and this condition has become a true. I'll show you this one. Go to quick watch. Is true. So the next line will go to execute that. And if I press F10, see the first line is printed. And now look at that. Now I value becomes, see, it's now we'll see that I value, it will become true, sorry, 2. See, look at here, the I value become 2. Now again check the condition. If the condition is true, the next line will get printed. And again it I value become 1 increment. That means adding 1 value, it become 3. Now check the condition, next line will get printed. Now check the condition, next line will get printed. Until it is false, the line will get executed. Now look at here, what is the line number? I is 6 greater than, sorry, less than or equal to 5. Now look at here, this is false. If I place it on a quick watch, see the value false. So once it is false, the line will not get executed. Look at here. So out of the loop it has come. Now see that this is the beauty of the for loop. If we want to repeat the lines of even 1 lakh records also, any times we can use for loop. If we know how many counts are there in the list or list in the values, for that only we can use. Now we'll see another example. We'll go with, now we'll see for loop with continue and breakpoint. Now see, if same group for, we have to initialize it with I've initialized with 1. I value I've initialized with 1. Okay, now we need to check that condition I less than or equal to 10, because I need to give a condition. This is a condition line, semicolon. Now I plus increment or decrement, whatever point you want, you can write over there. See, and inside for loop we need to we need to add a condition. That's up to your choice whether you want to add it or not, but for your understanding I am adding a condition. If I equal to 5, continue. What does it mean is, keep line number, keep 5th row. I equal to 5. When I value becomes 5, skip the 5th row. And again I am going to give one more condition. If I value equal to 8, then what should happen? When I value become 8, stop at 8 row. Stop at 8, then exit the loop. So see, look at here. Now I'll put a breakpoint over here, and even I'll put a breakpoint over here. Stop the program because breakpoint, yeah. So now I run the program. Look at here. First value I initialize with 1. The condition is true. Now I'm pressing F10. So this condition also false. It is not executed. This is also not executed. Now the I value become 2. This is also executed. This is also not executed. When you look at here, I value become 4. I value become 5. See, look at here. Now I value become 5. So it is going to be true. Then here what we are doing is skip the 5th number. You can skip the 5th number. See, it is not executed the 8th. It's not checked as even as well. Now when we go with 8th record, now see, now I value is 8. because already we have 10 records, we have to count that. So when eighth record, here what we are saying, and stop the entire loop and execute the entire line. See, that is the beauty of that. So while using continue and break, we can use either continue or the skip the line, or break or the stop the loop. Now we'll see loop through an array. I'm commenting these lines. Now looping through an array. Now we'll see that how it would be. Example, I'm going to give string array values, colors. Here we have three colors: red, green, and blue, comma, blue. Now I will use a loop and I'll print these lines. What we have to do is we have to use for, and we have to use initialized with I value. See, this I as of yours, you can take that I, R, K, X, Y, Z, whatever. But for your understanding, I have taken a variable name as I. Okay, I we have initialized with 0. I value. See, look at that. Colors dot length. How many lengths were? It's a 3 length. 3 records are there. Now, inside the loop, we have to print the values. Okay, for that we have to use colors dot I, because all the values are stored in this one. Okay, now again I am going to put a breakpoint over here for your understanding. See, now I start the program. Look at here, all three arrays, the values are there: red, green, blue. First it goes the condition and it check the condition. In the first record, you see that in the first record, because it is checking the length, not the values, it's checking the length. That means 0, 1, 2, 3. Now the first I value is 0. Look at here, I value is 0. Now 2 and 3. Okay, now we run the program. Look at here, all the values get printed. But here what we are doing in the array, it is taking red for 0 and green for 1, blue for 2 value. So because array starts with 0, 1, 2, 3 like that, no? So then it is another use of for loop. Now we'll see another example. I'm commenting these lines. Okay. Now look at here, a reverse loop. This is also important one. Reverse for loop. For int I, directly I initialize with the fifth one, not the 0 or not the 1. Initialized with I, because in the previous in the just before video, that we have printed for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we'll go with the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is the order. I greater than or equal to 1. Up to 1, it should check the condition. Now here we need to add a decrement operator because we need to decrease the operator. Na? That is the beauty of the for loop. Okay. Now we'll check that. First initialize with the fifth one. Now I run the program. I value become 5 and condition checked. So first value 5 and the second value I value now. Look at here, I value 4. Look at now this, look at here, I value 3, I value 2, I value 1. Up to 1, this is repeating action. Now it goes the sixth line. Once it gets fails, so see, look at here, it's a false. So it will not execute this line, it goes out of the for loop. Now look at here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is the beauty of the for loop. Even we can go with the forward way and even the reverse way. Now we'll see one beauty of the example, nested for loops. Even that is also very important one. If there are some scenarios where we need to use, I'll copy this one for your understanding. I'll explain this one for time saving. Here, this is a nested for loop. For loop inside for loop. This is the outer for loop. This is the inside for inner loop. Even we can write multiple for loops inside also. Okay. Now this line, as you know, the first line goes here and it checks the condition and it executes. And look at here, I'll put a breakpoint over here. You can come to understand. Okay. Now I run the program. Look at here, the first it is initialized with 1. Okay. Now condition is true. Increment, not increment. The next loop, it will get increment. Then it goes to the next for loop. Here I check the value with 0 because it is initialized with 0. J equal to 1, I equal to 1. So then I value 1, J value 1 printed. But here you need to remember one beautiful. Once it completes the entire row, then only it will go to the outer loop. That is the beauty. Because if it is not completed this one, it will not go to the outer loop. Look at here. I'll press F10. It checks. Now J value is 2 printing and J value is completed. Now it goes to the outer loop. Now it is increased by 1. Now look at here. Now check that J value is 2. So J value and it go for inner loop. Same. It completes 2 rounds and once 2 completes, it goes to the outer loop. Now J value become 3. Now it goes for the second 2 loops and once it is completed, now it checks the condition over here. See, it's false. So it exits outer loop. See, look at here. First I value printed for I and J1. I1, J2, I2, J1, I2, J2, I3, J1, I3, J2. So here you need to remember only one point. In inner loop, it should complete the loops. When the condition gets false, then it goes to the outer loop. And in outer loop, once it should complete the condition. When the condition becomes false, it exits the loop. That is the beauty. So friends, this is all about for loop in C#. In the next video, we'll go with other loops. Thank you. If you like my video, please share it with your friends.